Chef Boyardee.
Alright, you made it to the end of the film. Congratulations. Now you're probably wondering, why? And that's a really good question. Well, just watched a film about a can, about a happy, outgoing can, and just wants to be eaten. That's my metaphor. It's a happy, outgoing can for this. And as it goes through its journey, its main goal is just to find that kid that put him down in the store. And that's what evoked him. That's what pushed him, and that's what brought out that metaphor, was him first getting set down and being told, no, he can't buy it. Well, the can was like, I'm gonna go leave the store and go after you so you can eat me. And with that can going as fast as it can to the person, I figured that's like such a happy, like, I just gotta keep going. I gotta persevere through all this. And it's a really happy can. The reason why I chose the Chef Boyardee can was because as a kid, I remember watching the commercial and thinking to myself, man, I could really use some Chef Boyardee. And like, you didn't say, oh man, I could really use Chef Boyardee. You know, you said it with a happy voice, and it made you feel a certain way. Because that can sold that whole thing. I figured, what if I use that in this film? And obviously I use the same music, and yes, the music was longer because I only did this film was only about 15 seconds long, and I think that commercial was like 20 minutes or something, like the full length. But I did spice it up a little bit. I used the middle of it for the beginning, all the way up till the car part in my film. And up to the car part, I used strictly just the end, and it all worked very well. Then from there, I shot this whole entire thing in landscape. I just felt that shooting it in any other way would be kind of not my style, not what I would like to see. And would there be anything that I would like to change in this? Probably. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot that I would like to change. I would like to mainly add, not necessarily change though. I would like to have changed one of my shots, so I would like to have been more of a wider shot of when it went across the street. I would like to have been like on an expressway or a bigger road that's more busier, have the can running all the way down as it's bobbling through all the rocks. But besides that, I'm very happy with what mine came out to be. But I feel like this also needed a lot more shots, a lot more of it just going through different terrain to show that he's super happy and really wants to meet up with the kid. Now for the lighting. This is my ideal lighting, natural lighting, typically easiest way to shoot. But if I could add anything, like lighting wise, probably just front lighting. Like I would just add that in, including the natural lighting, and that'd be it. Just give my subjects a little bit more of a glow in the front and shadow in the back. With my ideal coloring, I did add yellows and greens into this whole entire film. Because natural lighting to me looked a little dull, a little boring, a little sad. Because it's all like pinks or purples. And when you think of happy, you don't think of blues. You think of like yellows or greens. Like in a summer day, isn't the grass super green? Or like when you walk into like a candy shop, all the colors are super bright and vibrant. So I tried to reiterate all that into this by heightening all the yellows and greens and reds just a little bit to give the feel that like this isn't a sad film, like not at all. And it kind of relates to the old commercial, because if you watch the old commercial, it has a lot of like yellows, like it's very yellow. I don't know if that's just me, that's what I saw from that old commercial. I kind of wanted to nod to it. With that being said, I don't think I would change anything with the color. I'm very satisfied with all the coloring that I chose. Now, let me discuss all the different shots. My very first shot is of two people walking from the front of the aisle all the way to the end to where the can is. Now, that is chest height, and it's mid-range. Their torsos are in the torso up is in the center of the frame all the way through. I tried my best to keep it that way, and I tried to make sure this is not in the center but is still eye level to the viewer. Then from there I did a mid shot of the can falling. Now how did I do that one, you may ask? How did the can fall? No special effects, obviously. I just tied a string to this while I was in the store and I knocked it down. Then from there was more of a, I want to say medium but low shot. It's very low. I was very low to the ground, and I had somebody behind me roll the can in front of me, and then I cut it just before the other person went out to catch it. Then from there was me in the middle of the road and having it go across the road. And that is, I would say that's more of a far shot. That was a far shot. And the can is a little bit above eye level, a little bit above the middle, like the middle's here, and it's right there. But you still see it, you notice it, you notice it. And after that shot, it's a close-up of the bottom of the car, the person's foot coming out, so that when the can came up to the person, you see the can hitting the person's foot. Person picks it up, and we follow it. We don't move back or forward, and we just stay in the same way. We just tilt up a little bit, and it's the person holding the can of cheesy ravioli. Another thing I would like to discuss is why did I choose color, not black and white, and vice versa. The reason why I didn't choose black and white, because I feel like if I chose black and white, it would not fit the feeling or what I'm trying to say about the can. It would not work at all. I'm happy with choosing color for this one. I wouldn't recommend using black and white for this at all. All the shots that I chose for this mini film, I don't think I would have shot any other way besides maybe the second scene. I would have probably wanted it to have been closer up to the can or further back. I would have to take multiple shots of it, but I'm very satisfied with the way this came out. Yep, that's it then. Thank you for watching.